Revenge by Jason Dwayne Cockerham. This book is for audiences 13 and up. Chapter 3, Tornado Warning. Here. Today, I'm doing something quite different. I'm taking a break on the whole revenge thing and working on something else. I'm trying to get to another dimension. By my calculations, this special laser device might get me there by opening up a portal. So I make sure one more time that the device is properly set up and aimed. Then I turn it on. The laser starts zinging. The air around the laser starts turning purple. Yes, this is it. Wait for it. Wait for it. Still wait for it. I don't think it's going to happen. I leave the laser on for a while, and the air continues glowing. However, no portal opens up. Eventually, I turn off the laser. I think it still needs a little more energy. The reason I am trying to get to another dimension, it is because when I was a kid, I was pulled into one. I was standing in line in school one day when all of a sudden, I saw a bright flash of purple. Next, I was floating through a rainbow tunnel. When I came out of the tunnel, I was in the sky, floating slowly down to the ground. There was a sign over the main path that said, Easterland. Not knowing what to make of all this, I explored a little. The main path went through a town. I hopped around town and saw that there were bunnies everywhere, but not typical bunnies like me. These bunnies stood and walked on 2 legs instead of hopping on 4, and they were much taller than me. They also wore full outfits with shirts, pants, socks, and shoes, instead of one piece of clothing, maybe. Some of them even wore hats. A couple of them said hi. One of them gave me a donut to try. It was fantastic! Probably the best donut I had ever eaten. Suddenly, as mysteriously as I had come into that dimension, I was going through another rainbow tunnel. When I came out of the tunnel, I was back in line, in the regular world. No one had even realized I was gone. Just then, the bell rang, and I realized it had only been 2 minutes. Ever since then, I had wondered, was this real, or did I just imagine it? It didn't seem like typical imagination. However, I was an imaginative kid. Even so, with this instance being the possible exception, I have never lost the ability to tell reality from the imaginary, before or since. Also, many scientists these days think that multiple universes existing is possible, but did I really fall into another reality? To this day, I am trying to answer my questions, and, if possible, find my way back.
Ella here. Me and Nina, along with Claw's father, are helping Claw move into his new cave. It's been a week since his old cave was destroyed. The entranceway to the new cave is a bit small for Claw, but it's perfect for me or Nina. It opens up into a large area that is going to be the hangout area. The couch is going to be in the hangout area against the wall. A few big stalagmites separate the hangout area from a room where we'll make drinks when we're hanging out. This room is small, so only one of us can be making a drink at a time. Going deeper into the cave, it bottlenecks into a long, thin hallway that ends at 2 chambers that are going to be bedrooms. There are plenty of loose rocks being thrown into the corners of the bedrooms.
Well, now that we're done, let's listen to some music and test the acoustics.
Claw suggests.
I think I'll get out of here and let you guys enjoy the music.
His dad says.
You sure? You're welcome company,
Claw tells him. Stay, show us your dance moves, I chime in.
No, you 3 can have the dance floor. I've got some sleep to get before tonight's storms. Tonight, would you mind if I came over before the storms to wait them out? I think your cave might be sturdier than mine. I'll go back home if I don't have to report into the hospital afterwards.
The weather report says that tonight we'll be in for some nasty storms, and this time of year, that always brings a decent chance of a tornado.
Yeah, sure. You don't have to go afterwards, though. You can stay here.
Claw replies.
Well, I don't know if I'll be able to sleep since I'm planning to do my sleeping earlier. I don't want to disturb you. You won't if you stay here in the hangout room.
Thanks. With that, he left, and Claw turned on the music. Claw circles the room, listening. Nina goes from spot to spot, listening as well. I stand in the center, listening from there. I think it sounds good, Nina says.
Yeah, I like it,
Claw confirms. I nod. Claw turns up the music, and I start moving to the rhythm. Nina, beside me, started by swaying side to side. We had jumps and spins as we get a feel for the amount of room we have. There is enough space in this area of the cave for 4 animals to really dance, throwing in wild movements like spin jumps or kicks. Or more animals could dance less wildly. Claw joins in, headbanging, and we all have fun dancing for a while. Then Claw turns down the volume, and the 3 of us talk while we listen to songs. Claw had told us earlier that week that he thought Antonio might have survived. So I ask, what if Antonio comes back to attack you again? Claw walks towards the entrance, puts his paw on a thick slab of stone, and answers,
Every night, this will be blocking the entrance. He can melt it in less than a minute.
Claw then points to a small rock on top of the stone and adds,
But I'm hoping to hear this rock when it falls. And unless company is staying the night, I will sleep here on the couch, so I might actually be able to hear it. Then, if he's looking for a fight, I'll give him one.
After a minute, Nina says, On another note, Claw, you going back to work for the Rising Bar?
Yeah, in May, I'll be back to being the bouncer for them for 6 months.
Claw was a bouncer there for 6 months last year, too. Good.
It works out.
Ella, what about you? Well, first to catch Claw up, I was working at a store selling various things, including sleds, but it just didn't do well enough. I haven't been getting paid since the new year, so I've been looking for a job. Just before you woke up for spring, we had our going out of business sale. But I accepted a new job earlier today. Great, Nina says. I start next week. It'll feel good to have an income again.
She should have been paying you,
Claw states. Miss Jen would have, but she just didn't have the money to pay. And she kept asking me to help out at the store because she truly believed the business would pick up and she'd be able to pay me back. I kept helping because she was nice and I knew she would pay me if she could. She cried after the out of business sale. She also promised to pay me back someday. She insisted. We change subjects and continue talking until Nina needs to go get ready for work. Me and Claw keep hanging after Nina leaves for a bit. I left Claw's shortly before dark. After that, I stayed home and stayed up waiting for the storms. Nina here. I'm at work. During a lull, I check in on Rex. Tonight is his first night back. How are you doing, Rex?
Okay.
That's when one of my bosses comes and tells both of us,
Weather's coming in around closing time tonight. Please let me know if you're going to leave early. And remember, you'll get paid the same either way.
Yes, sir. Rex and I both say.
I'll need to leave at midnight.
Rex tells him. I'll stay here till the storms are over, I state. My bosses are a married couple of rattlesnakes who own the place. As the guy rattlesnake is going around making sure the employees know about the storms coming in, his wife is welcoming customers. On nights like this, they both come in and wait out the storms here. Most of the employees usually leave before the weather gets here. I stay because I think this place is just as safe as my house.
Claw here. After supper, I decide to do a workout. So I do some shadow boxing, focusing on sideswiping with my claws. When I can barely lift my arms, I take a break. After that, I lift up rocks in the cave with my power and push them around, which is a great deal harder than it normally is, since right now my arms are tired. Gradually, this turns into crashing rocks into each other to see if I can damage them. After a couple hours, I move the stones in front of the entrance and lie on the couch to catch a little sleep before the storms.
Ella here, a couple hours before the storms. I am in my living room listening to the radio, getting weather updates between songs. We are under tornado watch for the night. When the songs are playing, sometimes I get up and dance. Sometimes I listen as I lounge on my couch, tapping my claws to the music. Nina here. An hour out, I was to clean up the outside area. Anybody who wants a drink will have to go inside to order one. This is due to the incoming weather. We apologize for the inconvenience. After I made the announcement, as if to prove my point, I heard thunder in the distance. A group of 3 then approaches me.
Do you want us to move inside if we already have drinks?
You can. It'll be about 30 minutes before we close the patio.
Oh, okay. We'll stay outside to listen to the thunder for a while then.
My bosses get on the mic to explain that we are under tornado watch with a line of storms incoming. They explain that anybody planning to leave to take shelter elsewhere had better do so now, or they can stay after closing time and take shelter here. They also explained that this club is not made to withstand the kinds of winds of a tornado, and that no guarantees of safety could be made in that situation.
Here. I have been in my lab fine-tuning and testing this laser with no luck. With the storms coming in, it's time to shut everything down, turn on the radio to listen to the weather report, and make myself some spiked cocoa.
Ella here. We're probably about 30 minutes out from the storms. I have turned off the radio for the moment, and I am sitting on my couch listening to the thunder distantly booming every couple seconds. Nina here. About a half hour to go before the storms get here. For your safety, please move inside. As everybody heads in, I take down the last umbrella. As I clean the last table, my bosses announced that there have been tornado warnings issued in areas already being hit by the storms, but there have been no confirmed tornadoes yet.
Claw here. I was woken up by someone yelling, "Knock, knock!" I realized my dad is here and use my power to move the stones out of the entranceway. I pulled myself off the couch and offered him a warm drink. We then enjoy some hot apple cider together. "How are you feeling?" he asks. "I'm all right. Most of the pain is gone," I say, referring to last week's incident that led to me staying a night in the hospital. "Good." After we sip the last of the cider, we hear drops of light rain, so I turn on the radio to get the weather report. A line of bad thunderstorms is coming towards us. Not only that, but there have already been possible tornadoes. According to the weather report, the line of storms should be here in about 20 minutes.
Nina here. Last call for drinks.
E here. I'm still sipping cocoa, only now I'm out on the porch watching the lightning show as the storm approaches. Claw here. We listen as the wind picks up. The rain goes from barely raining to a torrential downpour in an instant. The lightning flashes, and I block the cave entrance with the stone. The sound changes. The pounding gets harder. Me and Dad look at each other, and I say what we both know. It's hailing. E here. The wind kicked up, blowing the rain sideways, getting me wet, so I headed in. That's when I hear the bang of something hard hitting the roof of the porch. I hear more and more bangs. We've got hail.
Ella here. As soon as it starts hailing, an owl carrying her 2 chicks swoops into my entranceway. I'm sorry to barge in like this, Ella. I hope you don't mind. Can we stay the night, please? This is Sarah. She and her 2 chicks live in the tree just outside. Of course. You're not injured, are you, from the hail? No. Luckily for us, the ice was small. That is when we hear the warning sirens, and a young couple of birds flies in from outside. They are more of my neighbors who live in the same tree as the owls. Sorry!
Ella, do you mind if...
It's fine, I yell, interrupting. Everybody in the closet! The lights flicker, then go out completely. This way. In here. I lead them into my bedroom, then into my closet. Once we're all in, the ladybird says, "Sorry to come in without knocking like that." The guy bird adds,
"Do you mind if we stay until the weather is over?"
"Everybody here is welcome to stay the night." Nina here. Most of the customers let out a scream as the lights go out. The lady rattlesnake calms everybody, while the guy rattlesnake directs customers to the safest spots in the building.
Claw here. My dad gets out his old weather radio, which is battery powered, and switches it on. While listening, we head for the bedrooms, since they are the deepest part of the cave. The radio tells us of a large tornado heading away from my cave through the town. E here. I am hiding in the bathtub with my thickest blankets over me.
Bella here. We are huddled in the closet, listening to the thunderous wind outside and the frightened crying of Sarah's chicks inside. Sarah is trying to soothe their fear. Shh. It's okay. It'll be okay. After a minute, the young couple sings to calm them, and the chicks quiet down. Nina here. Everybody is listening to the thunder, wind, and hail. Some are peering out windows as the lightning lights everything up. Somebody catches sight of a twister and points it out. Everyone crowds around the window facing that direction. During the next lightning flash, we all see it. It's huge. The next few lightning flashes reveal that the monster twister is going slightly left, although I think it is headed towards us, too.
Keep your heads down!
One of my bosses shouts over the roar of the approaching tornado. We all duck down and hope that this building is not destroyed, that we are not punctured by debris, that we are not sucked up into the sky and drop down to our deaths. The glass breaks. Animals scream. Wind hits me. I close my eyes as the roar consumes every sound. The thunderous roar eventually fades, and I open my eyes realizing I'm alive. I'm okay. It keeps raining, and a long time passes before the bosses finally announce,
"The weather has moved on."
so be careful walking home tonight, as there might be debris and broken glass and such from the tornado. I start picking up some glass from the shattered windows. The guy Rattlesnake stops me and says,
Get some sleep. Tomorrow we will be cleaning up, if you would like to help.
Alright, see you tomorrow. As I walk home, I see all the damage, and I realize how lucky we were to have been on the edge of this thing. As I'm walking, I see several of the customers from the nightclub who were also walking home change course to help lift a heavy beam off of a debris pile. I follow them, and we all lift and throw the thing off. Then a police officer and a couple of the animals closest to the debris pile throw off some of the top pieces of debris to uncover someone. They are injured and bloody, but alive. After the officer and several volunteers carry them off in the direction of the hospital, I resume walking home, hoping that the injured animal continues to live. When I make it home, I walk into a dark house.
Claw here. Dad left a few minutes after we heard about the tornado to give them a hand at the hospital. Be careful, I told him. I will be. Stay safe. So now I am still listening to the radio. E here. Eventually, I wrapped the blanket around me so that I was comfortable and fell asleep in the bathtub.
Ella here. So far, we're okay. The sirens have quit going off. The storm is still going strong, but the kids seem ready to sleep. I grab some blankets off my bed for them. Their mother wraps them up warm in the blanket, and with a yawn, they fall asleep. Sarah, the couple of birds, and I all come out of the closet into the living room. Sarah standing near the entrance to my room so she can keep an ear out for her chicks. After a bit, the couple return to the tree. Feel free to come back if the sirens go off again. They nod, saying, Thank you. Then I whisper to Sarah, You could use my bed if you want to get some sleep. I'll sleep on the couch. Oh no, I'm nocturnal. You should go ahead and sleep. I'll try not to let the kids wake you up when they wake up from their nap. And if I hear the sirens again, I will wake you up so you can join us in the closet.
In the next chapter, what the... Is that Wolfenstein? It can't be. Coming in October 2022. To celebrate 3 chapters of Revenge out on YouTube, I am giving away a certain number of free audiobooks. Directions and the redeem codes will be in the description for the video until The codes are all used up. Also, from this video on, I will have all the links to all my books in the description of the video. More from this author. Summertime. The season for hot weather, ice-cold slushies, and tree frogs. It is a perfect time to read or listen to 1:30 a.m. Frog Bombs. A story that starts off with exploding frogs, and soon involves an attempted coup d'etat, good friends, fun memories, and grass blade fights. In stores as an ebook or audiobook, also on Amazon as a paperback.